Hey, welcome back. It's Sunday night time for our Psalm studies. We're entering a new section of the book with Psalm number 73, Psalm 73. And it's another psalm dealing with the age-old problem of why do the wicked prosper? Seems like they got it good and God's people's having a hard time. But let's see what the psalmist learned when he had that thought. He begins with truly God's good to Israel. Old Testament people of God were Israel. Truly God's good to his people, the church today, even to such as a clean heart. And that's the only people that have a clean heart is Christians, people that come to God through Christ for the cleansing. But as for me, he said, my feet were almost gone. I had just about slipped up here. My steps had well nigh slipped. Because I was envious, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. He said the devil got me to look around and I saw them people how wicked they were, and they seemed like they're doing good. For there are no bands in their death. He said they even seem to die well. No death pains, but their strength is firm. They're not in trouble as other men. He says, I've been trying to serve the Lord, and it's just trouble, trouble, trouble. But he said, I look at these wicked people, and they're blessed with money. He says, they don't seem like they have the same kind of troubles we do. Neither are there any plague like other men. They don't even seem to get sick like us, Lord. Therefore, pride compasses them as a chain, or they wear pride like a necklace around their neck. Violence covers them as a garment. They're just proud and violent people. Their eyes stand out with fatness. They've always got plenty to eat. They're rich people. They're just fat. They have more than the heart could wish. They got everything, Lord. He said, now he's already confessing he was guilty of a sin. He was coveting, wasn't he? He was envious of these people. They have more than heart could wish, verse 8. They're corrupt. And they speak wickedly. Just listen how they talk concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walks through the earth. Therefore his people return hither, and waters are a full cup wrung out with them. And they say, how does God know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? Is or what's God know? Behold, these are ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. He began to think, he says, what good is it doing me serving God? He says, verily I've cleansed my heart in vain, or for no purpose, and washed my hands in innocency. For all the day long I've been plagued and chastened every morning. I get out of bed and can't hardly walk. I'm just hurting everywhere. And he says, I'm chastened every morning. And he said, I'm plagued. He said, I'm trying to serve God, but the wicked seem to have it good. If I say I'll speak thus, behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children. When I thought to know this, or when I tried to understand this, he said, it was too painful for me. Here's a key word and the key verses right here in this psalm. Until I went to the sanctuary of God. Then he realized, I've had my eyes on the wrong world. I'm just looking down here. But he said, when I went to the sanctuary of God, then understood I their end. That's all the goodness they'll ever experience, he said right here. But there's eternity. He said, when I went to the sanctuary of God and I heard the preacher preach, he said, then it registered with me like, this is all they'll ever know of goodness. But the end's coming, and it's eternal end, and it ain't good for them. So then understood I their end. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places. They're on a slippery slope to hell. Thou castest them down into destruction. They're headed for destruction. How are they brought into desolation? And in a moment, they're utterly consumed with terrors. As a dream when one awakens, it'd be a nightmare for them when they wake up and realize they're in hell. As a dream when one awakens, so, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. Thus my heart was grieved, and I was pricked in my reins, or I was convicted in my inward parts, because I realized I had sinned. I'd been coveting them, and I didn't have my eyes on the right world at all. So foolish was I, and ignorant. I was as a beast before thee. Nevertheless, I'm continually with thee. I see now, Lord, that I've got your grace every day, and that's enough. That's all we need to be happy, to know that we're in the right standing with God. And nevertheless, I'm continually with thee, and you've holden me by my right hand. Even when I was wrong, God, you hung on to me. Thou shalt guide me with thy counsel. You've given me the Bible to guide me, Lord, and afterwards receive me to glory. That's a big phrase, and he says, afterwards I'll be going to glory. I saw their end, but I realize my end too. Whom have I in heaven but thee? And there's none upon the earth that I desire beside thee. God, you're my number one in heaven, number one on earth. My flesh and my heart faileth. Yeah, you chasing me every day. I get out of bed and it hurts, Lord, and this is breaking down and that's breaking down, but God is the strength of my heart, and my portion is forever. For lo, they that are far from thee, Lord, they shall perish. For thou hast destroyed all them that go a-whoring from thee. And when the Bible talks about going a-whoring from God, it's like if a man goes a-whoring from his wife, he's been unfaithful to her. And to go a-whoring from God means they've been unfaithful to God. But it's good for me to draw nearer to God. Or as the book of James tells us in the New Testament, it says, draw nigh unto God, and he'll draw nigh unto you. I've put my trust in the Lord God. I hope you have too. If you put your trust in the Lord God through Christ. And we sang a song here at the church that says, trust and obey, for there's no other way. But this verse says, trust and declare. Put your trust in the Lord and tell other people about it. Trust in the Lord that I may declare all thy works. All right, see you next week. We'll do Psalm 74.